Did you know that the word narcissist comes from the figure from Greek mythology Narcissus? Hello and welcome to World History Encyclopedia. My name is Kelly and today's video is all about the nymph who was cursed to echo words and the boy who fell in love with his own reflection. Don't forget, the easiest way to support us is by giving this video a thumbs up, subscribing to our channel, and hitting that bell icon for notifications so you don't miss out on any new uploads. World History Encyclopedia is a non-profit organisation and you can find us on Patreon, a brilliant site where you can support our work and receive exclusive benefits in return. Your support helps us create videos twice a week, so make sure to check it out via the pop-up in the top corner of the screen or via the Patreon link down below. Both Echo and Narcissus are figures from Greek mythology who are believed to have been from the region of Boeotia in central Greece. Narcissus was a son of the river god Cephissus, who can be understood as the personification of the river Cephissus and the fountain nymph Liriope. Narcissus was a beautiful youth who features in numerous myths, and in all of these, his beauty, which attracted many admirers, is a focal point. His cruelty also runs through many versions of his tale. In one, Narcissus spurns the boy Amenius, who then took a sword and killed himself, whilst calling upon the goddess of vengeance, Nemesis, to avenge him. Nemesis avenges Amenius by causing Narcissus to fall in love with his own reflection. In his torment, Narcissus stabs himself, and from his blood, the Narcissus flower, better known as the daffodil, bloomed. Echo was an Oread nymph, meaning mountain nymph, who lived on Mount Kithairon, and whose parents are not named in the surviving literature. Echo is mentioned by numerous writers and playwrights from ancient Greece, including in the Homeric hymn to Pan, where Pan can hear her wails from the mountaintop, and in Aristophanes' Thesmophoria Zeussae, where her curse is mentioned with the line, "Echo, the nymph of Kithairon, returns thy words, which resound beneath the dark vaults of the thick foliage and in the midst of the rocks of the forest. The ivy enlaces thy brow with its tendrils charged with flowers." Echo was depicted in ancient Greek art as a winged nymph who covered her face with a veil, but we know her best from Ovid's Metamorphoses, which gives the famous tale of her doomed love for Narcissus. The Metamorphoses, written by Ovid during the reign of Augustus, the first emperor of the Roman Empire, is an important source of many of the most famous myths, including that of Echo and Narcissus. Ovid drew on older stories of them both to create his own myth. After the birth of Narcissus to Liriope and Cephissus, Liriope consulted the seer Tiresias, whom she asked whether her son would reach a ripe old age. The seer responded that he would, as long as he never came to know himself. By the time Narcissus turned 16, he had become a beautiful youth, desired by young men and women alike. However, he had a heart that was proud, closed off to love, and none of those who desired him could get close. One day, Narcissus was chasing a small deer when he was spotted by a lovely nymph, but one who had been cursed to always answer a call but could never speak first. This nymph was Echo, and once she was a chatterbox, and it was this that led to her curse. While Juno's husband Jupiter was with the other Oread nymphs, Echo engaged Juno in lengthy conversation to keep her attention away from her unfaithful husband. Echo would keep Juno chatting until Jupiter had seduced whichever nymph he desired, and left enough time for the nymph to scurry to safety without Juno spotting them. When Juno figured out what Echo was doing, she cursed the nymph that her words would forever be short and sweet. From then on, Echo could only ever repeat the end of any sentences said to her, and she could never make any other reply. So, when Echo spotted Narcissus in the forest, she couldn't call out, despite her desire for the beautiful youth. As she followed him closer and closer, her desire grew. She wanted to beg him to stay with her, but Juno's curse blocked any attempt she made. Then, sensing someone nearby, Narcissus called out, "Is anyone there?" To which Echo responded, "One there." He shouted for her to come here, to which he replied, "Come here." He looked all about and yelled, "We must come together," to which Echo replied, "Must come together," and burst out of her hiding spot towards Narcissus. Echo reached out to him, but the youth pulled away, as he did from all attempts at intimacy. Rejected and shamed, Echo fled from Narcissus back into the forest. Her love and desire only grew, along with the pain of his rejection. She was unable to sleep, and slowly she started to waste away until all that was left were her bones and her voice, and even her bones are said to have turned into stone, until she survived only as the sound of an echo. Narcissus continued to spurn and mock all who desired him, until finally one of the admirers he had cruelly rejected prayed to the gods that Narcissus fall in love but never be granted his desire, suffering the same fate as all those who had tried to draw close to him. Nemesis, the goddess of revenge, heard the prayer and granted it. As Narcissus was looking for water to drink while out hunting, he found a perfectly still, clear pool in a meadow. After taking a drink, he was overwhelmed by the vision of beauty he saw gazing up at him from the water's surface. He fell in love with the face and longed to touch it, but this was an empty hope, as it was his own reflection. He worshipped himself. He was consumed with love and desire for himself. He thought the beautiful youth, separated by just a thin film of water, looked like he was repeating what he said, but Narcissus could never hear the words. As he reached out his arms for an embrace, so did the reflection. As he shed tears, it warped the reflection in the pool. He couldn't touch his love. He couldn't fulfill his passion. He beat his breast until purple bruises arose. He didn't eat or drink. He lay there, staring, consumed by the fire inside him, and he slowly faded away. He lost his beauty, his vigor, his color. Echo had watched his decline before she faded, repeating his pitiful sighs with her own. Narcissus wasted away until he spoke his final words. "Oh, marvelous boy, I loved you in vain. Farewell." As Echo repeated his farewell, Narcissus laid down his head, and death closed his eyes. Yet even as his spirit was ferried across the river Styx in the underworld, he continued to gaze at his reflection in the dark water below. His sisters on earth beat their breasts in lamenting his death, and sent for his body to be retrieved for the funeral pyre. But it could not be found. In its place was a flower with a trumpet of gold and pale white petals. What do you feel is the message of Echo and Narcissus? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our new videos every Tuesday and Friday. This video was brought to you by World History Encyclopedia. For more great articles and interactive content, head to our website via the link below. If you like my shirt, you can find this design and a bunch more in our shop at worldhistory.store, or you can find a link for it down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you soon with another video.